Okay.
So I've come down from the bush. Reminds me of when I was a kid, growing up here in Harrison Hot Springs. I went to elementary school here. Chasing the Sasquatch was just a part of the program. They had a mascot here for years, used to come out during the parades. The town was really big on Sasquatch. Favorite little chocolate shop actually had something called the Sasquatch Kiss. And it was just a little piece of chocolate, to be clear, that was to die for. But the Sasquatch has always been a part of the culture in this area. Not just the Fraser Valley, but Harrison Hot Springs, Agassiz, Hope. You can find this thing through legends that go way back through the native reserves in the area. The culture is absolutely ingrained into the Sasquatch situation. People have been seeing this thing forever, for as far back as man can remember. We'll keep looking. We'll keep looking at Oracle Vision. We're gonna get not just an eye view of the Sasquatch, we're gonna try and capture it on tape. That's our mandate. Growing up in Harrison Hot Springs, during the summertime, when the tourists are here, it was crazy. You couldn't get a spot at the beach. The place was packed, lots of pretty girls. But it turned into something different when the tourists were gone. This was a community that cared for itself. My father was the fire chief here in town. We were a big part of the community events. We participated in local parades. The community hall was always busy with something. Some kind of local act would come to town, or we'd import somebody. It was a real down-home, feel-good, family type of situation. And then the tourists came to town. Harrison Hot Springs is now not quite the small town attitude that it was. The building that is now City Hall was actually my family home for quite some time, Heritage Building. They put it in place here. But I look around now and the Hot Springs is a different venue. The little hamburger spot right across the street from the hot springs is a totally different headspace as well. It's really become very commercialized. Just recently, there's been some talk of a highway actually going through. I guess in the name of progress, it was inevitable, but it's kind of sad to see this little gem in the middle of nowhere, kind of off the beaten path, and suddenly about to be put right smack dab in the middle of the beaten path. It's losing some of its charm already. I guess I can only predict in another 10 years it'll maybe have lost all its charm. I hope not. There's always going to be a special place for this environment, this homestead, this place. Special place right here in my heart, anyway. I'll never forget it. The mountains were my backwoods. It's my playground. We've encountered bears, cougars, all sorts of wildlife, just as a part of the culture here. We used to have a place called the Dump. We used to call it the Harrison Zoo because there was so much wildlife around there. Raccoons and bears and cougars and birds. And you pretty much find anything out that way. I closed that down a few years back. It's just not the same place anymore. It's kind of tough to believe here I am in my mid-30s and already being nostalgic about the good old days. Yes, I can hardly wait till I'm 50.